Becker here from Basketball Manitoba, and today I'm going to take you through a driveway project. We are going to clean, prep, and paint a basketball court today. So I'm going to take you through a step-by-step process. First thing you do, start out with sweeping the floor, cleaning the surface, prepping the surface. I'm using a push broom to get all the loose gravel, dirt, soil, grass, any debris, as we want to have a nice clean surface so the paint will bond better. This is the hard part, or the least fun part. I went down the whole driveway with a push broom, try to get up all the loose debris. Now I'm going to pull up the hose. If I had a power washer would be better. I'm going to spray down everything, try and get any more little fine sediments up. I'll let that dry, and then we can get on with the measuring and taping part. Okay, here are some of the items that we'll be using today. Again, really all you need is a roller. You need your paint. You need some painter's tape to mark off the lines. So we'll mark off either side of the line we're painting, and we'll fill in the middle. You'll need some type of measuring tool, a tape measure, or the long strip measure, whichever you have. You need some dimensions. I went to the internet, printed this off. This is on Basketball Manitoba's website, as well as some other sites. You can find the dimensions you need for the project that you want to do. It's always handy to have a painter's cup and a paintbrush. And then I got a small roller, right, for some of the lines here, to fill in the box and some of the lines to the edge. And most of the big work's going to be done with just a nap roller that's good for masonry or cement. Get the roller, and I've got my long stick there, so I don't have to bend over too much. Got my cement paint, which is the most important part. This is a Oops product, so I got this at Home Depot for $9, for a gallon. And this is actually a high quality concrete and garage paint, one part epoxy. So I got lucky. It was a mist tint, so that's the color that it was. I liked it. It worked for what I need, so I grabbed it. Otherwise, that paint I have on there before is just exterior paint, just white exterior paint, cheap, nothing much. And we just painted. That's lasted 2 or 3 years. So we're going to touch that up. Those lines, we're going to fill in the key and the 3-point areas with the gray epoxy garage and cement paint. And then we're going to make it look nice and pretty. That's about it. So we're going to get to measuring and taping off our lines, and then we'll get to the fun stuff, painting. The other important thing is a dimension sheet, so I can measure off whatever I'm going to put on my basketball court here. I can do it to scale if I have the room, and have a little fun with it. Okay, I'm going to grab my tape and some measurements and get a helper and get to work. Okay, so I finished masking off my areas that I want to paint. I'm going to paint 1, 2, 3 areas, and I just put an extra row of tape on the top because after I used the first roll, which was thinner and a little less tacky, the second roll was much gummier. And one of the problems with painting on cement, the texture of the cement allows for paint to creep under the tape and kind of leave sort of less clean of a line. Okay, so I'm going to mix some paint and get to work. I got my rubber gloves, I got my stir stick, my product. I'm going to start shaking this up, mix it up, pour in my pan. I'm going to get ready to roll. So I got my paint already poured, tray, and I got a extension handle on the roller. This is a heavy nap roller for cement and masonry. Okay, so time to get painted. Okay, so I just finished painting the gray. Lucky for me, I used every last drop. So that 4 liters just did the square and the 2 corners just outside the 3-point line. Part of it is my driveway is very pitted, so it's sucking a lot of paint. I noticed when I was on good part of the driveway, nice smooth, it went a lot faster. My paint would have lasted longer. I'm gonna pull off the painter's tape, then let it dry, and then I'm gonna re-tape and re-edge with white. And I'm gonna put some initials in the middle of the court to kind of personalize it. And then we'll be ready to hoop. Another key thing was this long pull saved me. Like, I thought I was doing it just to be comfortable and so I didn't have to bend down. But because of the size of this, and I didn't want to step on it, you know, the paint dries, you see splotches, you want to go back and retouch up. The length of this pole really helped me. So this is an extendable pole that people use for ceilings and walls. I believe I got it at the dollar store for like $4. Actually, no, $2. It's actually still on there. So, good item to get. Okay, we're gonna pull the tape off now. Okay, I just pulled up the tape. Came up nice and easy. The lines are pretty crisp. You can still see the white from my old paint job. It's about 3 years old. No rush to actually run out. I gotta let this gray paint cure anyway. And I'll find some white cement paint or exterior paint. We'll tape this up, we'll brighten up the white lines, we'll put our logo in there, and that'll be it. So that's the end of day one. Total time, maybe 2.5 hours to do this. Sweep, spray, tape, and then roll them. Okay, it's day two. I let the paint dry, the gray paint. Now I'm going to edge off the border lines in white, just tape them off on either side. Create a nice firm buffer zone. We're going to roll some white paint. We'll put some personalized initials in the middle of the court, and that'll be it. We should be done. Just finished taping all the lines off with green painter's tape. This gray tape actually is a bit of a problem because it's designed to repel oil and stuff, so my tape's not sticking as well. So it's going to be, I got to keep stamping it down. But that actually probably took the longest, was outlining the white lines. Here's a quick look at how I taped. Just taped a border around. I'm going to roll with a 3-inch roller, a little foam roller. So here's some of that stuff coming up. It's not sticking as well to the gray. The cement's no problem. But basically just rolled out straight line edges with the green tape. Okay, and I'm going to get I just bought some exterior white base, brilliant white exterior paint from Home Depot. I'm just going to roll that on. That paint I was talking about, just paint and primer all in one. Exterior flat, ultra pure white. Okay, time to paint. Okay, I just finished painting all the whites. That paint I was using is a primer and paint all in one, so it's actually pretty thick and it's sunny and there's no humidity, so it dried fast. So I had to work fast too, it was drying in my pan. I'm just going to put one coat on, it's pretty thick. So that's it for that. I'm going to peel off all the tape and check the lines out. Then I'm going to mask off the initials, the personalization in the middle of the key, paint that, and we should be done. Okay, I just pulled up all the tape. Just a couple of tips. Make sure you have a scraper. Something easy to help get the tape up. I was wearing rubber gloves, which will help because the tape will have all types of paint on it. Keep it off your hands. And just pull gently and pull away from where you're at. So just slightly pull so you don't pull up any extra paint. Okay, I just finished stenciling out my kids' initials. 3 letters. That took quite a while. So I guess any detail, any logo you're going to do, that's probably going to be your biggest job. The painting will be really fast, but just getting the letters all measured out and taped off accurately was a bit of a chore, but it's that personal touch we're going for and makes the project fun. So now we paint. Okay, I'm just gonna pull off the tape. I know I did the video from far away, but just for a close-up, you just see some tape being pulled off. I just finished painting and touching up the middle area. I actually had to raise it up a little bit, but I'm just gonna pull the tape and we should be done. Okay, one thing I didn't have to address with my driveway project was measuring and marking the court lines onto the floor. So I wanted to give you just a quick little example of how we did that. Again, we need our court measurement sheet. And right now I'm just gonna mark out the no charge arc. So if you have a helper, that's great. They can hold the tape measure dead center underneath the hoop. Or right there, I just put a can of oil there, a bottle of oil to weigh down my end. I'm going to take my tape measure, my marking tape, and it's 1.25 meters from the center of the circle is the no charge arc. So I got 1.25 is right there, and I will just give it a mark, and I'll move it along, I'll give it a mark, move it along, give it a mark, and so on and so on. As I make my way around, just making a mark, and then with those marks, I can tape it off. So slowly mark one off, right? And I can just make my arc as I go, tape, tape, tape. Depends how thick you want your arc, that's up to you. You know, if you want it similar to I did, I think 1.5 inches, 2 inches, that's fine. You make a tape line, and then you fill it in. Okay, here's a quick shortcut for doing curves. So the no charge arc and the 3-point line. I measured and got the distance, but I didn't tape everything off because it was just too hard. It took too much time to get a nice clean arc. So basically I just used a tape measure, and I got a roller of the line width that I liked, dipped it in my paint. I used the tape measure as a moving guide. I found my 1.25 meters, and I held my tape measure there, and then I just rolled on a circle, trying to keep that arc, keep the tape tight, keep the arc going. And that gave me the outline. I went back and touched it up. I just want to give a quick tutorial on how I measured out lines. So I got a weighted object on top of the end of my tape measure, and I'm running my tape measure out along the baseline. So I'm measuring the width of my key, which is 4.9 meters wide, or 2.45 meters from the halfway mark, which is the dead center of the basketball hoop. So I measure that out. Okay, and that's where I'm going to have my baseline here. So 2.45 meters is here. I'm going to paint in my inside. Right, that's going to be the inside of my key, and I can keep this corner tight. Use tape to mark off that corner. And I got one corner built. Then I go to the next corner, measure it up, corner, corner, and then I can start to add the tape lines in and measure it out. I added the block and I added the hash marks and the other lines you want to build off of. It just starts with your measurement sheet and just starting to measure and plot out your court. It takes a bit of time, bit of planning, but it's crucial to the end product. Okay, just to wrap things up, we're done. A couple things from the whole process. Maybe it took 6-7 hours total amount of work. Cost of items was $25 until I had to buy the white paint, which I had another $25, so $50 in total. The most labor-intensive thing was taping off and figuring out the logo or the initials in the middle. The painting was the least intensive. That flew by. That's no problem at all. So, all in all, fun project. Pretty easy to do. And given the circumstances of this year with COVID, maybe a nice little project to do with your family on this summer in the driveway. Hope this video helped a little bit. Hope to see you on the basketball courts real soon.